MT-03, better than an R7.
You know what? I'll agree with that.
Yeah. So last month, great segue, isn't it? Last month, I got tapped to go fill in on another event. So as you know, back in May, and then end of May, early June, the video came out where I got to go ride with Honda for their new NT1100, which was awesome machine. It's got that Africa Twin engine. So honestly, if I didn't have a Versus 1000, the NT1100 would be in high consideration.
May or may not have filmed a first ride on that bike this week as well.
May or may not have. I'd be interested to see Chase's impressions on it.
No, agree. All right, Goody, I love you. Thank you for the $10. I will refund you if needed. I can't do that voice anymore.
That's
I'm
right.
happy to PayPal you that $10 back. Oh, God.
But we appreciate your support.
We do.
So last month, I got asked to cover another event, and it was similar to what Patty did last year
In Barcelona.
But I just went to Milwaukee,
Milwaukee.
Wisconsin. And
We're stupid. We're stupid.
and we're doing this for free. The super
I
chats
know.
ain't even come in. And so the point is, the bike is the Royal Enfield Guerrilla 450.
Oh, my gosh. Such a fun bike.
It really is. Like, it was one of those bikes where, I mean, if you've heard me say it before, you know, motorcycles are like pizza. Even the most basic one is still pretty good, right?
Yeah. The worst pizza you've ever had is still pretty fucking good.
And, you know, I went into this, admittedly, Royal Enfield was not ever high on my radar.
Sure.
I mean, they just weren't, but I know that they have been making strides. But actually, earlier this year, I did go to a Royal Enfield demo day where I did ride the Himalayan 450. So I did get to experience that
Another
engine.
great little bike.
And then I rode the Bear 650 that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue that their 450s are better than their 650s right now.
The current 450s, I think, are better than the outgoing 650, yes.
And the reason for that is this is their first liquid-cooled engine.
Mhm.
It is a single cylinder, 452 cc's, liquid cooled. But it's a fascinating little platform. Like I honestly went to this event thinking, I'm just going to ride this little bike around. Okay. And then I was like, this thing's got a little pep in it. It's
Like, it'll
very
boogie.
surprising.
It'll
Like-
boogie.
We did. I'll tell you anyway. I was like, maybe I shouldn't tell about it because I don't remember what I said in the video when I was on the ride because I think I zoned out for part of it and just enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, listen, we're there to enjoy these motorcycles and try to communicate that to people, so I get it.
So sidebar, as you know, Pat, the first event I went to, you know, for the NT, I was like, oh gosh, what order do I go in? I need to do the intro. I need to film this shot, and I need to talk about this in this order. And and I think it rattled me at first, especially learning the format of a press launch event because it's if you haven't experienced it, it can, you know.
Yeah.
So coming into this one, I thought, I know it. I'm gonna relax myself, and I'll be just fine, and I'll cover everything. And I think I just enjoyed the bike too much and forgot to cover everything. So if I don't mention all the specs on the bike in that video, you have the internet. Go look it up. But I think it's
we
more
can
about.
always voice over it later. Not a big deal.
But I think it really is about the experience of that machine. I think going back to like what you said about the Africa Twin, it's like, you know, or what you said, and then I wrapped it in it's better than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, 100%. I think that bike, especially, for those who don't know, I went to the global press launch for that bike in Barcelona last year in Spain, and it's absolutely wonderful experience. The Royal Enfield team puts on a very, very good event. Generally well organized, generally a great route. The whole team over at RE is really fun and easy to work with. They could get a little rowdy. They like to party on occasion, but they're a really fun group. And like that bike is one of my favorite like city bikes.
Yeah.
Like If you're commuting on it, if you're cruising around town, it's fantastic. If you live in the mountains or close enough to the mountains where like you can then go and play on the mountain road with it and have a fantastic time. It's about worthless on the freeway. It's a 450 single naked bike. Duh.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
yeah, no one should be shocked by that information. And
yeah.
that was my assessment too. We did do highway miles. So the first thing we did is, well, we actually went like 5 minutes to our first photo stop, which was like,
Yeah, they do the photo stop. Ari always does the first photo stop early.
and then we got on the highway for, well, it was probably 20 minutes.
Let's say 20, 30 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, which, is not a ton, but when you get off of the interstate on a 450 single, you're like, okay, I'm glad we're off of that.
Yeah, you relax immediately.
But it did have just a little bit of power if you had to roll on and overtake somebody.
Yeah.
So I think somebody else there, I can't remember who, said, this is the first Royal Enfield with overtaking capabilities. It wasn't much, but it did it.
I mean, honestly, like I feel like the Hemi 450 does a good job with that engine as well. It's geared very differently.
Yeah.
But like on the Barcelona trip, like there was a point where I remember like we are all like there's 20 of us nose to tail drafting full tuck on the freeway, and I'm at the back of the, or I'm like mid pack because I'm a big dude, so I was creating a pretty big buffer. So people would slingshot around me and then slow down, and then slingshot around me, and it was funny. And then I looked at it, we're doing 90 miles an hour.
Yeah,
and it's like it'll go. It's not gonna be particularly happy at red line doing that, but it'll do it.
Yeah. So I mean, with what Royal Enfield was and where they are, I think this bike is, I mean, it's a good bike and it's super affordable. It's
the price point is bananas.
$52.99, $5,300 MSRP, which
you're
puts
$6,000 out the door,
which puts it under, like, what are some comparisons? The Z500, it's probably right about the same as the Triumph Speed 400, which would probably be its closest competitor.
And honestly, I prefer the Hemi I prefer the RE to the Triumph personally.
Yeah,
because my big thing about, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. My huge thing about the Triumph 400s, which are great bikes, they're a ton of fun. They're great little bikes.
Yeah,
they feel like little bikes.
Yeah.
The Guerrilla still feels like a real bike to me.
It is interesting because hearing the presentation of that bike, I'm sure you heard the same thing about how they designed it, because they like positioned it to be approachable by everybody, like height wise and skill wise, and it just kind of meets you where you are in that range.
Yeah, and there's a fair bit of like adjustability with a lot of the things on that bike.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things that I remember is that, let me try to remember how it was phrased, but basically where the engine is part of the frame, or is a stressed part of the frame, I think is what it said.
It's a stressed member of the frame.
Yeah, which was kind of mind-boggling to me. So when you look at it, like, you expect a frame underneath the engine too, or around it, but it's just, the engine is just bolted here at the bottom and kind of up here at the top, and it's just engine. There's no, which was there. It was weird, but I was like, but that's how they were able to put all the pieces of this kind of in a smaller box, so that the seat height could be lower and get that approachable factor, so that more people can get into this.
Exactly. And like, having your engine on a bike being a stressed member of the frame is not uncommon. Ducati has been doing it forever. BMW has done it forever. There are some Hondas that do it as well. Like, it is a fairly common thing. And to see RE move towards that shows, I don't want to call it innovation, but it shows a growth of engineering on their part, which is really exciting.
Yeah, and I actually talked with like one of their design engineers for like 15 minutes, like after the ride.
Like, I love that about RE's events, is they bring a lot of the engineers and you could really sit there. But who was it? Describe him.
Bald head, British.
You're gonna have to do better than that.
Yeah, sorry. He rode with us and did wheelies on it.
Okay. Probably
Ed,
5'8",
Ed, is
5'8"
that
ish. Yeah. 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 I know
okay?
what you're talking about.
Yeah. So and just a little history. I think it was well, 2015 was their catalyst to
Yeah.
like just raise up because I think for the longest time Royal Enfield was just uh, maybe complacent is too negative a word, but content or whatever of just
Yeah.
being the simple machines that are carbureted and oil cooled, air cooled.
Easy to work on.
Yeah, easy to work on in India or anywhere around the world. And then there was some, I think, legislation about emissions over there that was like change or die. Is kind of what it was. Is close your business. So they just they went all in.
They committed to the change, and they've crushed it. It's been so cool
Yeah,
to see it because like I've if this is your first RE event. Like I've been to quite a few, and I really enjoy conversations with that whole crew and that team, and um, really spending time with Mark and with Ed and
Nathan.
uh, Nathan, of course.
Nathan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nathan's fantastic, and quite a few of the Indian engineers as well. Their names escape me. I apologize. But like Nitin, there's quite a few, but like such a cool group, and like to understand that like RE from the ground up, from the people building the bikes to the people in the boardroom, it is a company of motorcyclists
yeah.
that are building machines that they legitimately love and enjoy.
Well, and they were big on that in the pres. I will say big on that, but they noted that this was kind of an iterative design process where it wasn't just design it in CAD or whatever and do simulate aerodynamics and then you just build it.
Yeah,
They
yeah, they have
put
test mules.
yeah, they put pieces together and it's unfinished and everything. They wrote it. Okay, it felt vibey here, or XYZ, and refine it. And they built, I guess, was it's basically their R&D facility in the
Mhm.
UK now. That
Yeah,
and so maybe I said this before, but I think this bike, obviously a good bike for them, a good bike just in the whole slew of motorcycles out there. It's a real contender, I think, if you're looking for a small displacement bike. But I think the bike itself is a statement about Royal Enfield and where they are and where they're going while still kind of maintaining true to their
yeah,
simple
their
small displacement.
heritage and like and who they are. I feel like they're doing a great job to evolve and maintain their identity.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like the classic 650 launch I did in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
the Himalayan 450, the Guerrilla 450, uh, just so many of their bikes are really well built. They're built a particular way that works really well for them, and yet they are still with the new Hemi 450 and the Guerrilla. They are so drastically innovating to
Yeah.
keep up with modern times. All LED lighting, the connected app. You could get directions on their all digital display, like Google Maps on a fucking bike that's under 6 grand is
A-
mind boggling to me.
yeah. Absolutely. Like just a little what a 5 inch
Yeah, it's a five
LED
inch round
or a
LED
TFT or
or TFT, whatever.
screen.
Uh, yeah, it's a screen that shows all your directions, and you could connect it to the ride. I don't know what they call their app, but the Royal Enfield app,
Mm-hmm.
and Google, like you connect it to your Bluetooth, and you could talk to it, and it'll read you directions, and like you could listen, like it'll control your music, and like it does anything CarPlay could do, but obviously with a manufacturer specific app. But like I talked to the development team of that app in
That's cool.
Barcelona, and like got to be like, hey, I really like that this works like this, but I don't really like this. It's clunky. And then when I went to the Hemi launch months later, I saw that same team. They were like, hey, you talked about this, right? And I was like, how do you fucking remember that? Like, yeah, well, you mentioned it and we changed it. And I was like,
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, I think that's again, it speaks to where Royal Enfield is and where they're going is like the people they're inviting to these events, they know like these are the people to get feedback from. I mean, I would consider you an expert in motorcycling as opposed to the average person. So,
yeah, yeah,
that they take what you say seriously, and that's great that they're taking that feedback too. So,
yeah,
props to them.
yeah. I mean, they say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything, um, or it's what 1,000 hours to become an expert, 10,000 hours to master it, or something like
Something.
that. or
I don't
maybe
know.
it's the other way around. Whatever. Either way, I mean, I've ridden. I don't know if I've done 1,000,000 miles on two wheels yet, but I know for a fact I've done more than 500,000 miles on two wheels.
Nice.
And
Yeah, I'm not even close to that, but
like we're getting there. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah, you've done a lot. So
yeah, I grew up riding, and it's never gonna stop for me if I could help it. So you know,
I,
it's so nice, as you said, to see companies like listening and paying attention to whether it's me or another journalist or you or Chase or anyone else that goes to these events, that these are the people that have the most experience on multiple machines and can help us to improve where we can.
yeah, and I think that applies to any industry out there. So
Yeah,
here's a life tip for you: is when you have these, I guess, external people that are, we'll say, experts.
Yeah.
It's good to get that external perspective because sometimes you can get locked into your own way and it's hard to break out of that. So somebody just throwing in an idea. So it's great that they're receptive to that.
Yeah.
I
Iceman Moto, holy crap, he's got 100,000 Ks on his MT-03. That's rad. That's very, very
man,
cool.
MTO3 better than an R7.
Uh, you know what? I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Well, and an MTO3 is going to do better.
It's a very
I
different
think.
bike, but
Yeah, and it's going to do better on the highway than the Guerrilla 450 just because of the parallel twin, I think. But anyway, but yeah, Guerrilla 450. I was impressed with that machine. I was almost like I was asking Nathan at the end. I was like, so all these demo bikes, when you're just not going to
when you're done with
you're
them,
not
what
done
do you
with
do
them.
with them?
It does one need a home? So
Yeah.
that I wouldn't, as a seasoned rider, I would say 10 years, I wouldn't have it as my only bike.
No. Well, I mean, yeah. I even like
Some people could, if you're in the city and you're not doing a lot of highway. For me, I couldn't do it as my only bike, but I would consider it as just a small, just puts around town. Or
I mean,
take it
I
up in
would
the
love
mountains.
I love my Super T. We know this. The internet
yeah.
knows I love that fucking
We
bike.
know, Pat. God,
I
guess
there it's such a I have a very steep long driveway. It's kind of a pain in the ass to back it
how
out of my
steep is it?
driveway.
Oh.
Uh like a 35 maybe 40 degree like fucking steep.
You get to the bottom and it's like, well, time to replace the brakes.
I mean, like if I don't cut the car, like my wife's RAV4 SUV, if we don't cut it enough, it's gonna hit the bumper. Like it's steep. But like so backing the Super T in its 800 pounds of glory with all my luggage and everything on it,
Yeah.
like or 700 something odd pounds of glory out of that thing, and like it starts going on that hill, like it's going. Like there's nothing. I jump out of the way at this point. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. I'll pick it up in a minute.
Yeah.
But like having it something like a Guerrilla 450 to just whip around in the like I could whip that around in the garage and
Yeah.
scoot out of there, scoot over to Chase's or run to the office or whatever I need to do. It'd be easy to do.
Yeah. Little bikes are fun bikes, man.
Listen, it's a good time.
I enjoy it. So I think I heard from Chase next week is when that video is going to come out. So on the Chase on
Great.
Two Wheels channel.
Yeah, I believe that's
So-
in the edit. It's in the edit key right now. Yeah.
So again, hopefully I gave enough content that it could be pieced together at least in some cohesive experience.
I mean, listen, if you don't, then we voice over it and we cover it in B-roll.
Yeah, well,
And it's all good.
actually what I did was I when I got done with the event, I was like, I felt like I missed some things because I would start talking about something and then it's like, oh, we're stopping for this thing, and you get distracted and I never go back to it.
It's a super hard thing to like. You're riding and you finally like, okay, I think we're gonna be riding for a while. I'm gonna start talking, and then you immediately pull over every time. It's like fuck.
Yeah, or some other car that merges into your
Yeah, some
Group or-
shenanigans happens, and you've got to restart the thought. And
yeah, because so if the video sucks, sorry, but I'd rather put my brain power on riding the bike safely and not dying than to tell you about the
fucking
brakes.
lame. Boo.
I know, right? Well, Ghost's last video was a great one.
Yep, it was pretty good.
So y'all do me a favor, go hit the like button and tell Chase what a wonderful job I did so that maybe I can be considered for others in the future.
No, for sure. You will be, don't you?
No. Yeah. Well, I've already told him, and I think I told this to you, like, if it's a sport bike or something, no. Chase goes, or
Oh,
send Joe
100%.
Jackson.
I'm not going. Send Joe Jackson, send Chase. I'm not doing.
If it's an adventure bike off road, Pat, you go. I can't.
Yeah.
I would love to get into that, but that takes discretionary income. And
Yeah.
although did you make the deal you were wanting to make?
Not yet. It's in progress.
Okay.
I'm also talking to RE about a Hibby.
What I'm hearing is there may be maybe an extra one
I mean, there's a possibility.
that someone else could assist in. I'm just saying sometimes if you and Chase go out on a off-road shoot video, sometimes producers are needed.
It's true. I mean, technically, between his T7, my Super T, and the CF that's at his house, we have 3 adventure bikes right now.
I'm just saying. I'm here for the fun of it.
I know.
Anyway, closing thoughts on the Guerrilla 450. Anything that we didn't cover?
Fantastic bike. Great for the city. Great for the mountains. If you want to commute on it and you're on highway a lot, I would maybe pass. If you're on surface streets a lot, like sub 60 miles an hour, fantastic bike. It's great. It's a great second bike. It's a great first bike. Like if it is your first bike, it's very approachable. It's got good technology.
It's got 2 ride modes.
It's got ride
modes on a 450.
It's got standard ABS. It's got ride modes. It's like
$5,300.
You're sub $6,500 out the door more than likely.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's an incredible package.
It's so much for what you get, and it's interesting to see CF Moto's doing it with a lot of bikes. Royal Enfield is doing it with a lot of bikes. These super value-oriented machines that, unlike, I hate to say this again, unlike the Triumph 400s, that feel really cheap to me, and I mean cheap.
Yeah.
The REs are inexpensive, but don't feel cheap. They feel very solid. They feel like they're really well built. And like all the switches feel good. The switches on the Triumph 400 feel very cheap to me. Like you can tell where Triumph cheaped out.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know where Royal Enfield cheaped out. I only see with the Royal Enfield where they've extended for the technology, where they've extended for the quality.
Yeah.
It's just a different it's a different machine.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you on that. Like, I like the Speed 400 for its simplicity, for what it was doing to get riders in. But and my wife, I think I mentioned it before, rode the Speed 400. My wife rode the Speed 400 at like a MSF ride day because you can get going on it without throttle and the clutch can take you, so you can practice all that. And she was like, I like the Speed 400, and I was like, okay,
they're great. Like they're great little bikes. It's just you got to know what you're getting.
But I came back from this event, and she was like, so how was it? I said, the Guerrilla 450 is better than the Speed 400, period.
Just objectively. I think they've done a better job
and subjectively.
I mean, subjectively, objectively, I think it's a better bike. I think it has better technology. I think it looks better.
They called it the return of the Roadster or whatever.
Yeah.
And it does kind of have kind of that raw, kind of like an old hot rod vibe.
Yeah.
It sort of, I mean, so when it said Roadster, I was like, don't they just mean a naked bike? But it kind of has this.
It's more like the old, think like the old Honda, like CB 650, like standard bikes.
Yeah.
Take like a mid 80s CB 650, give it a modern, slightly smaller but equally as powerful, give it a modern engine and modern technology, and make it bulletproof, just like the Royal Enfield, the Hondas of old.
Yeah.
And make it sub $6,000. I mean, fuck, it doesn't get better than that in that price point. Yeah. I think.
Is it the best 450 out there? I don't know, but it is a hell of an offering from Royal Enfield, and they've done a great job at it. So, are
we getting the 400 Thruxton? No, I believe the Thruxton name, at least for the time being, is not going to be around.
They did add some new kind of 400 variants, right? It was like a Scrambler, something.
There's the Scrambler 400X. There's the Speed 400. They may do I've heard rumors they're doing like a Speed 400 RS with like upgraded brakes and suspension.
Okay.
that's in the works. But I talked to some of the tribe guys and was like, that's a cool rumor. I like that rumor a lot, but I feel like you're gonna price yourself out of that engine really quickly.
So, but you would be interested to see what they do with the 400 if it goes from, oh, it feels cheap to maybe a.
Yeah, like I think if I feel like the fit and finish on the 400 needs to be improved a little bit. I feel like it's like, not that the Triumph 400s are bad bikes; they're good bikes.
Yeah, agreed.
I think the RE is better.
Yes, agreed.
But they're good bikes. There's nothing wrong with those bikes. I would just like to see a little bit better fit and finish on switches and levers and like the touchy-feely stuff that, like, when I interact with a button all the time, I want a good solid click. I don't like the kind of soft button that feels very cheap to me.
You don't like your mushy pushing stuff? That's too bad.
And that was one of the feedbacks we had for CF Moto years ago. Chase and I both were like, hey, the buttons, like, they kind of suck. And they were like, okay, we'll look at it. And they fixed it.
Yeah.
And it's actually, oddly enough, for the RE, the same thing. Actually, now that I think about it, we had that same conversation about because the Guerrillas we rode were pre-production models, and pre-production by a good margin.
Oh, yeah.
And like, we were like, everybody universally was like, these buttons suck.
Yeah.
How did you like the buttons? I've heard they changed them.
I thought they were fine. Like, I mean,
they're not mushy.
What I will say is I didn't really notice them.
Perfect.
Which means they're doing their job.
Yeah.
So
where we automatically were like, these suck.
Yeah.
Like, it was noticeably bad. And I remember on the last day that I was there, because we were the second wave, and they had 2 more waves coming, and I think it was, I don't remember the guy's name. It may have been Eric, but he was like disassembling a switch panel. And I was like, what are you doing? He was like, oh, we're swapping out button springs. And I was like, you had them? Because we overnighted them.
That's awesome.
And like, they are always innovating and always changing stuff. Like, I love that small board. Listen,
you know what?
Board, it's not off the table. I'll tell you that.
Here's the thing. I don't know if Honda would ever. Well, you know what? They did do that Grom event with.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Like,
they do
you
their
and Dooley did
Minimoto
that.
stuff. They do Minimoto stuff.
I don't know if they would do an event for Ruckus, but here's the thing.
The Ruckus
Pat,
needs an update. It's been a long time.
You know, but it's also, if it ain't broke.
Yeah, it's true, but they need to bring back the big Ruckus. I want a big Ruckus so bad. I want a backrest on a fucking scooter. That thing's awesome.
Pat, I'm going to hold you to something, or something you need to try. If the C2 Dub channel gets contacted about a new Ruckus, big Ruckus, new version, press release, you pitch for small bore to go.
I could text Colin. Their VP of... Anyway.
I think, okay, better idea. I'm just... Maybe I shouldn't say this because I'm going to commit Chase to something and he'll feel pressure, but whatever. He's not here right now. So
listen, I'll pitch other folks for stuff. If I don't
Small bore, are you willing to make a trip to Atlanta? If you are, Pat, you contact your Honda boys. We get the whole suite of mini motos.
Oh yeah, we could squad up on Honda mini motos.
And I mean,
in a heartbeat.
And then we dress like Power Rangers. Maybe that's a little much, but
listen, I could be convinced.
Dragon Zord. That's not where I was going, but okay. Anyway, yeah, Guerrilla 450 recommended. Small bore, going to the next Ruckus event. Got it. Now we got something to close out the show. Actually, maybe a couple things.
Let's just say.
I forgot my announcement. I'll save that for those who hung on here. But what we got now is, let me hit the right button.
It's my favorite time of the week. Finally, time for the Ghost of the Week. Yay!
Spooky.
I love your quote in here at the end.
This is sponsored by Ghost on Two Wheels over on Instagram, of course. Speaking of tips.
Speaking of tips.
Tip of the week. Never send a duck into space. The bill would be astronomical.
Oh my God. That's good. That's good. That's good. Andy, don't worry, buddy. I got you covered. That's good. Never send a duck into space. The bill would be astronomical.
Oh, that quacked you
my-
up pretty good.
Oh, God. Oh, man. That could have been really foul.
Oh, so the announcement that was related to the member giveaway that I just totally didn't do. We're going to have a Christmas time,
Oh, that's right. I was like, what are you talking about?
maybe like a Christmas time giveaway for members.
Yes.
So, and we're going to start counting like how many entries you get, similar to like what Onto Garage does. You know, the longer that you've been a member, the more you have into it, or different tiers and stuff. So what we're going to do is the number of months that you have been a member is the number of entries that you start with.
Yep.
So if you become a member now, you'll have at least three entries by December. We will also have members only posts here on the YouTube channel that may give you clues or codes that you can go submit, and you might get 10 entries on one, or it may be a trivia question that'll give you 20. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And then when we get to Christmas time, we'll have a little show for this or something. 3 prizes. And number 1,
Cardo Pack Talk Pro.
Cardo Pack Talk Pro. This thing retails, I think it's 400 and something. It's up there. But
It
this
ain't
is
cheap.
the one that has the crash detection, the auto on and off, which is actually helped me out because I
It's
just totally
actually fantastic. It's hilarious. We'll get done with the first ride. Chase will throw his helmet in the back of the car. We'll start driving down the road, and we'll hear it do 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 do. It's like,
because
God
the
damn it.
motion thing turns on. But yeah, it has all the other features: the Edge, voice commands, pair with music, the big mesh chat, which I think they're updating later this year. Maybe?
I can either confirm nor deny any allegations against myself or any parties I may have been involved with.
That's what I've heard. So, but we'll see what happens with that.
Thank you.
So that'll be prize 1. Prize 2, let's go with $150 to Revzilla, and then a third prize on the podium, another $50 Revzilla gift card. We will do those drawings based on the number of entries. So to do that, you have to be a member. So there's a join button on YouTube if you're not a member. So our longtime members that have been supporting us, thank you guys. You guys are going to have a jump start on the best entries on this thing.
Yep.
And the more members that we get, the more of these giveaways that we do. Because I've said it before, just to be transparent, the member benefits, the monetary thing on this, I want to do that to give back to,
Yep.
Because sometimes, Pat and I have connections to get stuff a little bit cheaper, and then we can pass that on to you. I don't know. We might find some stuff, some deals, but
Yeah.
But this is one of those things. So, Cardo Pack Talk Pro up for grabs for a membership.
Yep.
So it
Spend
only
the,
takes
$5.99, I think it is, a month or something like that.
$4.99. Yeah,
$4.99 a month could win you over 3 months, so $15 could win you a more than $400 Pack Talk Edge, and then of course we hope you stick around after that.
Pack Talk
But
Pro.
Pack Talk Pro, Pack Talk Edge Pro, whatever they want to call it these days.
And again, I want to do stuff like this more often, like maybe every 6 months or something. Really kind of give back into this channel, help this channel grow. I mean, as you know, we've kind of plateaued, but we have fun with this. But we want it to grow, get bigger, have fun with it, give back. So if you got some ideas, if there's some other member perks you want to suggest, we'll look at it. I mean, we can't do everything, but
We can certainly try.
Anyway, we just want, at least I do. I want to give back to the community.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all's support.